Boom! What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. Yes, baby, it is June 14th of 2021. So we are right in the middle of the year. We are right almost to the end of the second quarter. What does that mean? That means we got 6 months left of this year. 6 months to accomplish goals. 6 months to move our life forward. 6 months to be moving that needle and to be building momentum and success. And here's the thing, right now you may be sitting here in the middle of the year and you may be like, gosh, man, I have not hit the goals that I wanted to hit. I am so behind on XYZ. Well, guess what? Here's the deal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't think of it as, oh, I'm so behind, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. That all may be true. I'll be honest, I'm in that boat right now, man. The first half of this year has been rough for us with all the medical issues I've had. I've spent so much time in doctor's office, so we are behind in our business. But like I tell people, it is never too late. It's never too late to get back on track. You know, we can never go back and change the past. All we can do is shape the future. So it starts today, guys. It starts today on this Monday. If you have not been hitting your goals, then guess what? Let's start doing it. And today, what I want to talk about is progress and percentages. Progress and percentages, not perfection and percentages, not perfection and percentages, but progress and percentages. Why do I want to talk about that? Well, here's the deal, man. I meet so many people that want to set goals for themselves and they lose their path. And the reality is, goal setting and progress and success in this life is about just slowly over time, consistency, getting these things done. And it's getting these things done more often than not. You know, that's the bottom line is, you know, if we're doing it more often, the scale tips in that positive direction. If we're not doing it enough, if the percentage is on the negative side, it's going to tip in the negative direction. And these percentages, they have a lot of different applications. If you've read my book, The Trident, you know that I talk about 5% moments. So we'll start with that. So 5% moments are these moments where we really do damage. When I was a kid growing up in the SEAL teams, I was a young enlisted guy, and I was rash, man. I let my emotions drive a lot. You know, if I was angry, I would let that anger show. If I was upset, I would let that show. And as a young leader, that's damaging to your credibility. As a leader, we want to see that even keel. This is why in the Pentagon of Peak Performance, we talk about that emotional leadership, that mental leadership. Mental leadership, we're challenging our beliefs, we're reading good mentors. Emotional leadership, we're managing those emotions. And when I was a young leader, man, I did really well. I excelled like 95% of the time. And then 5% of the time, man, I would do something rash or irrational, and just, you know, something that my leadership would just scratch their head and be like, geez, can we trust this guy? You know, it damaged my credibility at times. And I'll never forget when I was in Ranger school and that Ranger leader, that Ranger captain was walking with us and just said, hey man, you know, you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. You're good tactically. You make good decisions. But he said every now and then, and it didn't come after I laid into this young kid on an exercise and really ripped into him. And weak emotional leadership and probably poor mental leadership too. And he said, I bet, you know, in your career, like 95% of the time you were a rock star and 5% you made these irrational things. He said, you know, if you could learn to control those things, he said, you would excel. So life is about that, these 5% moments. How often are the 5% moments pulling you back? How much are they damaging your credibility as a leader in your business, as a leader in your family? You know, one of the things that I enjoy, I try and have a good connection with my kids where they can come talk to me about anything. And I recognize if they bring me an issue and I just blow up, you know, even no matter what it is, if they bring me something that may be a volatile issue, how I respond to it and how I deal with it is everything. Because if they bring me volatile issues and I blow up, well, that's a 5% response. And in the future, they're going to remember that and say, I don't want to go talk to Dad. Dad lost his mind the last time I brought something like this up. So this is why this is so critical as a leader. So that's a 5% moment that impacts our credibility. Let's broaden the spectrum a little bit and talk about the other percentages. if we are trying to accomplish a goal, whether it is weight loss, whether it is better physical fitness, whether it is better productivity in our business, whether it is I don't know, more sales leads, more sales calls, whatever it is in your business, at the end of the day, we've got to tip the scales in the more positive direction. Well, what does that equal? Well, that equals greater than 50% of the time we have to be doing that. And that's the problem. Most people set these goals and they come out of the gate super strong. Man, they're running and they're going to the gym and they're lifting weights and they're eating good a lot. As a matter of fact, they're striving for perfection right out of the gates. But what often happens is we get tired, or it's so easy to go back to our old habits, or we're not seeing the progress that we want to see. Those pounds aren't just dropping off. We don't look like a fitness model. The money isn't pouring in from our business, or we haven't gotten that raise yet. And instead, we stop with that progress. And what happens is the percentages start to go down. It's all math, people. It's all math. And so the next thing you know, as time goes on, we're only accomplishing 20% of the time. 20% of the time are we eating healthy. 20% of the time are we going to the gym. When we should have been going to the gym or working out, 5 days a week, we're only working out maybe 2 days a week. Well, guess what? When you spread that out, you're not working out enough to tip the scales in the right direction. So where do we want to be? Guys, I highly encourage you to try to get to 80% of the time working towards these goals. Well, how do you do that? Well, obviously, I give systems to try and do that. We talk about the rule of 3 Ps, one physical, one personal, one professional goal every day. We talk about the Pentagon of Peak Performance to find balance in your life. But at the end of the day, you have to be doing it 80% of the time. 80% of the time, man, you are going to crush everyone out there, because the vast majority of people are inverse. They are 20% of the time, oh man, I really want to get in shape. And then it goes by the wayside, time goes by, and they're like, man, I did not do that. I only worked out like twice this week, or maybe only once this week. Guess what? We're tipping the scale in the wrong direction. That means we're eating unhealthy. That means we're not working out. That means we're not moving the needle in those areas of our business. So it is about consistency. It is not about perfection, because so many people are thinking, oh, well, I need to be perfect. And if I'm not perfect, then they lose that momentum and they stop dropping off. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. That's why, man, we break these goals into quarters. If you want to lose 20 pounds, it shouldn't be, man, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this quarter. That's a big goal, and that is a very tough, disciplined goal. Instead, if it's, I'm going to lose 5 pounds every 3 months, guess what? That is an achievable goal. And if you are accomplishing that 80% of the time, you're going to make that goal. That means, do you have a cheat meal every now and then? Absolutely. Does that mean you go out and have some drinks with your friends and maybe you miss a workout every now and then? Absolutely. As long as 80% of the time you have tipped the scales in the right direction, it's going to move down into where you want to be. So guys, that is what this is about. 2 sides. We want to be greater than 80%. At least 75% is what I encourage you to be. But my goal, I tell people 80% of the time. So, that means you're working out, if you set out to work out 5 days a week, it means at least 4 days a week you're working out. If you set out to eat healthy, that means the vast majority of your meals you're eating healthy. And then if you have an unhealthy meal every now and then, less than 20% of the time, you're going to be doing okay. That means when you set out those goals in your business, you are getting them done. You are blocking time off and you are getting them done the vast majority of the time. You're not getting distracted, and the next thing you know, those big goals that you need to move in your business or your family are going down. So that is that's what's going on. So I highly encourage you guys, don't get beat down by perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. So 1, manage that mental leadership and that emotional leadership. You don't want to have those big 5% moments that damage our credibility, whether it's in our business, our job, as managers, leaders, parents. And you need that consistency for all those other areas, whether it's fitness, nutrition, dieting, business goals, we want to make that 80%. So 5 and 80, 5 and 80, that's where we're at. So that is Monday Muster. If you are watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, man, I've just been so behind, guess what? It's never too late. Start applying these rules today. Let's finish 2021 strong, making a difference. Percentages and progress, that's what it's about. If you like this content, guys, go down to the bottom of that YouTube channel and click subscribe so that you never miss a Monday Muster. Or you can go to jasonredman.com and you can sign up for our mailing list where we put out great content. I put out positive content about leadership, about motivation, about inspiration, positive mindset. Or if you want to join our Overcome Army, our accountability group, you can go to overcomearmy.com. It is an incredibly affordable accountability and positivity group where we have live coaching videos every day from all my amazing coaches. And it is about encouraging you to stay positive, to keep moving forward with those goals, to keep those percentages in the positive. And that's what we're about. So get out there. It's Monday. Bam! Crush this week. And make sure those percentages are in the right direction. All right, I'm out.